Bella. She is a mare, so that's a female horse. She has not had any babies. Mares that do have babies are called brood mares. So Bella is not a brood mare. She has not had any babies. So he is a gelding. A gelding is a castrated male horse, so he cannot make babies. And then there's also a stud, or a stallion, you could call it. That is a male horse that can have babies. So Phantom cannot. Phantom and Joy and Bella go through round bale every couple days. So round bale is one of those huge bales of hay. So we go through that a lot. Or we give them square bales sometimes too, and fill their feeder. If you can see their teeth, they do have big ones. They can hurt you with them. Not necessarily on purpose all the time, because my horses don't bite. They're not mean. But they do have big teeth. So when we feed them, you have to feed them flat-handed. So, like just giving them grass, just a flat hand. That's how you feed a horse. They also get grain, especially in the winter, to help keep them so they don't get skinny, because the winter is harder on animals. And I think that's all. So this is Joy and Phantom and Bella.
Captain of the St. Joe County Mounted Division. Today we're doing a video for you for the 2020 Ag Sighting Experience. To my right is my horse CQ. To my left is Lieutenant Booker riding Belle, and to his left is Deputy Fuller riding Chum Lee. And today we're going to tell you a little bit about horses, what they eat, their care, the tack that we use, and why we use them for the Mounted Division. So the horses that we use on the Mounted Division are our own horses, and as you can see right now, they're in their natural habitat eating the pasture. When they don't have pasture, we feed them hay. So when the horses don't have the pasture to eat in the wintertime, we feed them hay. We also give them a supplement of grain that has plenty of nutrients in it and gives them whatever the hay might not have for them. And then of course, just like us, we like dessert. These are dessert for horses, horse treats. Okay, and now we're going to show you a little bit of care of the horse. Lieutenant Booker here is demonstrating what we do to clean out a horse's hoof. Horses' hooves are a lot like our fingernails. They grow and they have to be trimmed, but they also get stuff inside them, and that has to be cleaned out so they can walk better. If they get a stone or anything in there, they're going to start limping on that. And then when we do that, we also have brushes. Just like anybody with hair, like we have our hair, we have to brush our hair, we have to brush the horse's hair. So Lieutenant Booker is just demonstrating how we just brush a horse to care for their hair and to keep them nice and shiny. And on top of that, we have fly spray to keep the flies off of the horses so they don't be bothered with flies all the time, as they're always outside and they can't go inside away from the flies. So now we're down here with Deputy Fuller and Chum Lee, and Deputy Fuller is going to demonstrate a few things that we use on the horses, some of the equipment that we use. The equipment we use is a bridle. The bit is the part that goes in the horse's mouth. The reins are the part that she would hold on to, and that just gives control of the horse, the commands that the horse needs to stop and to go and to turn. Then we'll move back to the breast collar. These breast collars are actually two pieces. They are for the saddle, and they stay on there to hold everything kind of in place, but also they do say mounted on them, so everybody knows that we are the Mounted Division. And they're also reflective. If this was nighttime, you would see that those are reflective at night. Along with the saddle pad in the back that says Sheriff, that is also reflective. And the saddle is where Deputy Fuller will sit. That keeps her up on the horse and right where she needs to be and in control. So now we're here with Lieutenant Booker, and he's going to demonstrate putting the bridle on a horse. He's going to put the bit in the horse's mouth, and he's going to go right between the teeth. That does not affect the teeth at all. The horse actually has a gap in here where there are no teeth, where the bit fits just right. So Belle has her bit right in there, and he's got her all locked in. Again, here are the reins. He's got a little bit different reins than what deputy foaler uses, but the same thing. Now we go ahead and put the saddle on. He's going to start with the saddle pad, and that keeps her more comfortable. So the saddle's not sitting directly on her, gives her a little bit of padding, just like the pad would suggest it does. And the part going under the horse is what they call the cinch. That keeps the saddle on the horse and in place. So now we're going to do, once again, the breast collar. And the breast collar connects to both sides of the saddle, as well as underneath in the center, right at the cinch. There's also another strap that goes over, right here, the horse's withers. And this right here is the stirrup, that's where his foot will go. And now he's putting on a rear cinch. That's not always necessary, it's per preference. Some people like it and some people don't use them. John uses them, and that's great. Okay, so John's going to demonstrate mounting the horse. If you put the saddle on properly, the saddle will not fall off. And he must have done it right. So now we're going to go into a little bit of why we use the horses for the Sheriff's Department and what they do for us. A few quick things is, obviously the horses are taller and gets us a whole lot taller. You can see how much taller they are than me on the ground. They can see a lot further than I can. They're also a lot faster. I cannot outrun a horse by a long shot, so they can cover a lot more ground than I can. They can go places that we can't go on rough terrain. And now we're going to do a couple of demonstrations also of what the horses are capable of doing. So what they're going to do is just going to walk forward a couple of steps just to show they're in control of the horse. They're going to back up a couple of steps for you. And then they're going to side pass. Side pass comes in handy. See how the horses just are kind of moving sideways? The side pass comes in handy when they're in a situation and they can't go forward and they can't go backward, they need to side pass out of it. So it's not a natural movement for a horse, but it's a great movement for the horses to learn. Well, thanks everybody for watching our video. I hope it answered questions about what we do with the mounted division, how we use our horses, and why we use our horses on the mounted division. And hope you enjoyed it. Bye, y'all. See you next year.